Hey YouTube, it's Manny. So here's a continuation of setting up my custom loop. So in this video, we're going to unbox and set up the radiator and fans. So let's get on to the video. Alright guys, so the next thing we're going to do is set up the radiator with the fans and all that. So let's first open the radiator up. Once again, it is cellar wrapped. Even though it was in a box inside a box. So these are obviously, if you buy it, you get this box. That's it. And then I'd already cut the tab off. So, all right, just like the water block, we're gonna it's in a box. And say, oh wait, there's a little box here on the end. Outside, let's see what else comes off. Alright, so that little box obviously has nothing else in here. This little box is probably screws. We'll look at that in a second. Alright, open that up. And you have the radiator. Now it shows that is just what was that a 240? But I have a 360. So I guess it's the same. It's probably the same for all of them. Yeah, see it says XR5 and XR7. I think I have the 7 and the 5 is the 240. Alright, so first thing in here, that's it. That's just the radiator in here, wrapped up. We'll open this up in a second. Here it is again. And like everything else, it is white. Look at that, beautiful. Beats having to kind of paint it myself, huh? Who knows what would happen if you paint it yourself and ruin things. Oh, look, and even the plugs are a little white. Now, actually, they're honestly like a little, if you look at them, like kind of almost gray. But you'll never notice that from a distance and at night, so that's cool. All right, let's see what's in the little box. I imagine this is actually, how does this open? Right like this? This has got to be screws and stuff for it. All right, so package of screws there. Package of longer screws, depending on how you have to set it up. If you're going to do this through the fans into the thing, and you're also going to hit some really long screws. So it really all depends on how you're going to install your fans and the fans to the radiator and the radiator to the PC. All right, so that's the radiator. It's a 360. So all right, let's open up. We'll open up the fans now. Obviously, I'm going to unbox one, and then I'll just open the rest of it, and then we'll set this all up. Alright guys, now for the fans. So there was a couple different options for fans for the entire package there. The one I got is the QL120 RGBs. This package was a little more expensive, not a lot, just a little bit. So I'm guessing the only difference in the two packages was the fans. So I'm assuming the fans are nicer, but that remains to be seen. So yeah, so let's open them up. These do not have cellar wrap like everything else. We just have the little tab back there we got to cut through. And then pull this open. And like always, it looks like Corsair actually has really good packaging. They do a really good job with packaging. So we open this up. We have, this looks like instruction manual. That's the instruction manual, and then this is just whatever, you know. And then you have the fan itself. It's a white fan, so we're gonna open this up because it's good. All right, we got the fan. White fan, which is really nice, which we're looking for, RGB. Comes with, obviously, you have the fan power and the RGBs. So we'll have to get that all straightened out and run properly. So I'm probably going to run, I'm probably going to mount them like this on the, with my hand being the radiator and have it draw air out into the PC. But it's not really into the PC. Mine's open concept, the Thermaltake P3. Is actually all open, so I'm gonna pull the air from the radiator instead of blowing air through the radiator, just because I think it'll work better for my setup. All right, so that's that, and obviously you get a little pack of screws back there, and this is, I'm probably not going to use these because these are for like just screw, if you're just going to screw them into a case. So I'm probably not going to use these. I'm going to have to use the ones that came with the radiator. All right, let's get the fans installed. Alright, now for the installation of the fans onto the radiator. So we're going to mount the fans on the radiator and then mount the whole radiator with fan onto the chassis, the case. So I was wrong, I was incorrect. I want to make sure I say it correctly. Air for these typically flows in this way and out that way. I thought about how I want to do it, and I will just have it exhaust into the back. So we're going to install the fans like this. This is going to be the top of the, well, these might not actually fit. I'll have to double check to make sure all these will fit, because it almost looks like they're off-centered on these holes. Well, you think they would fit. It's a Corsair and it came as a kit. It must fit. So this is how we're going to mount them. This is going to be the top of the PC. So it's going to be, if we mounted it on the PC, say for example it's flat, it'll be mounted like that with the two holes up here. So this is how we're going to mount it, with the cables running on the inside this way. So take 5 seconds here and just quickly put the screws in. Alright, so one thing I did want to mention is I did use the longest screw available. Now there's a small screws when you're mounting the radiator directly to the chassis, which I will use as well. They are here. So we will be using these to mount the actual radiator to the chassis, but it also comes with a slightly smaller screw. If you see these, and a slightly smaller one. See, this has rubber grommets on it to obviously make so it doesn't vibrate. You have to use the slightly longer screws for that one. So, last screw. Alright, so there it is. There's the fans all hooked up to the radiator. So it's going to look like I said, this is going to be the top. So it's going to be mounted in like, kind of like that, I guess. Alright guys, now let's mount it. Alright, here we are again on the floor to set this up. Now, I may have to move this afterwards. I'm just going to basically install everything right now and then figure out how I'm going to run the lines afterwards, because there's a few ways I want to make sure this is. As you can see, I've thought about how I want to run my lines, my hard lines, and what I'm thinking is I want this one, I don't want this to fall. I tilt it a little bit. That slide note. I want this one, I think, to run above this and come down here to the GPU. And then I want this one maybe to come back over here and down to the reservoir. I'm not sure. So yeah, so I'm thinking have one here go across down, one here go down, and then this one is going to go to the GPU. I'm going to diagram out all the water stuff, but for now I'm just going to mount this in a rough area where I think I want it to be, and I may move it up and down slightly because I do have a little play in it. So let's install that. Basically, I'm going to have to turn this all around, and we're going to install the screws from the back. All right, 1 second. All right, so I think that's good enough for now. So we're flipped over. You guys are on the back right now. I'm going to lift the radiator up and hold it in position while I put in a couple of screws, just to hold it in position. I have a rough idea where I want to put it, and I just wanted to get here. Maybe a screw on the top and a screw on the bottom, and that'll at least hold it up without it falling. I want to hold the one down here. I know you guys can't see this one right now, but that's alright. Screw this one in. That'll at least hold the radiator up in position. So, as we come back and look, so that's the back of it, right? So this is the back of the radiator. I only got 2 screws in. I'll put a bunch more in a minute. So then when we tilt this up, that's roughly what it's going to look like, right? All right, one thing I did want to show you guys before we finish up here is I tried to get all the screws in, you know, basically 4 per fan. Unfortunately, right here, you can see right here, I don't know if you guys can make it out. The other hole is right under here, and I can't get to it. So we're missing 2 screws, not a big deal, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each side. And 5 on this side, we're just missing that one. That's fine. That's all I want to show you guys. It's not a big deal. You don't need them all. You could actually put 4 and 4 and miss out the 2 in the middle. It's probably going to be fine. All right, guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it helpful. And if you did, make sure you hit that like button. And if you have any comments, leave them below. I'll do my best to answer them. If you'd like to see more content like this, and smash the subscribe button. You can also follow me on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Maniocrity, where I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'd be happy to answer any questions live on stream. Till next time, YouTube, take it easy.